Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This morning we only have 35 degrees Celsius, so you feel the difference, I'm telling you. Very, very hot, no surprise, in Dubai. And I am at the marina. When I was here last time I recorded a video, but it was on that side. We will be walking there and I hope my phone will not melt on the way there. But here is quite interesting art on the wall. It pretends it's water, but it's not. So let's walk together. You see some modern places put together here for people's pleasure and entertainment. But you know, before I get into the news today, I was taking the bus. It's a complimentary bus from the hotel. Hotel provides this bus, and I could not stop thinking about it, how in such an extreme climate people were able to build all those skyscrapers, all those constructions you see behind me. It's pretty much in the middle of the desert, you know, like Las Vegas, the same thing. You see all the fancy cars. But today I have, how many topics I have? I have 4 topics, I think. But I would like to start with, of course, the meeting that's taking place in South Africa, the BRICS. Because this is one of the most important events at this moment in the world. The energy is moving east and there is no turning back, everyone. And if some people still believe that the world is not changing, the West dream is no longer alive, in my opinion. The Western countries, unfortunately, are going to suffer, in my opinion, big time. It's transition, you know, big time transition. And they are meeting in Johannesburg now. And as I read this on TASS today, what we have today, guys, because as you know, I'm usually losing track with my travel. 24th, right? Today we have 24th. And the South African president, Cyril, I like this name, Cyril. His last name, I'm sorry if I mispronounce, Ramaphosa. Cyril Ramaphosa will announce the names of the countries that will be invited to join the BRICS group of nations as a full-fledged members. So I think this is taking place today. And here we are at the marina that is pretty empty at this moment. I will try to find a place somewhere in the shadow that is not having any music being played out, so I don't get a copy strike. So this is what's happening, and we will start today with Medvedev prophecy or prediction for the future of Volodymyr Zelensky. So, what did he prophesy? You know, maybe I can sit here for a moment. I hope I'll be okay. Can you believe it? Starbucks. This is the last place I go. But I used to, no longer go. Let's talk about this statement from Medvedev. What did he say? He gave an interview recently. This is from TASS. You will have the link in the description box. Hello. And he said this about the fate of Zelensky. Fate of Georgia's Saakashvili awaits Zelensky, said Medvedev. And this is the exact quote. The fate of ex-Georgian leader Mikhail Saakashvili awaits Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky as the West used Saakashvili for its own purposes and now he is in prison. Russian Security Council Deputy Chairman Dmitry Medvedev said in an article for website AIF.ru. He pointed out that the West made a special bet on Zelensky. Now, quote from Medvedev, "It is quite obvious that the current American protege is destined for the same fate as his predecessor in Tbilisi." Medvedev said, emphasizing that there are doubts that the head of Ukraine will even live to see the inside of prison cell. In addition, the deputy head of the Security Council said that there are no guarantees that the West, let me find the right page, that the West will not hold a contest for the most, his words I'm telling you, the contest for the most worthless, controllable and untalented politician as to make him its new puppet somewhere in the ruins of Ukraine or elsewhere close to Russia's borders. I'm laughing, but it's not funny, it's not funny at all. It's just, he just says it like it is without any filter and sugar coating. And in a way, as sometimes it comes across, most of the time, comes as very rude and bold. It's so refreshing when people say things as they mean it. Like for real. Yeah, so a contest for the most worthless, controllable and untalented politician as to make him its new puppet somewhere in the ruins of Ukraine or elsewhere, close to Russia's borders. And that the programmed puppet will not unleash another regional conflict. Unclear, one second, I get sidetracked. Okay, under the same slogans as in Georgia 15 years ago, as in Ukraine these days, as has happened many times in many countries on different continents, and the instigation of the United States, Medvedev concluded. I don't know what's going on with me, guys, in the last 2 days. I think it's the weather. I'm like, cannot read. But those are the words from Medvedev about future of Zelensky. And I have more words for you, but those are from President of Belarus, Lukashenko. And this will be from Belta, Belarusian portal. It's a website that gives you all the updates from Belarus. I've mentioned this before when I was telling you about how Lukashenko addressed the organ trafficking, human trafficking situation in Ukraine. You remember? So it was from Belta as well. So let me read you his words because he just said them towards, he addressed them to Ukrainian people. So Minsk, Belarus, 24th today, Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko has congratulated brotherly Ukrainian people on Independence Day. Now, words from him. Many generations of Belarusian and Ukrainians have lived in harmony and respect for centuries. From time immemorial, our ancestors traded, created families and raised children. Together, they courageously fought against fascism and rebuilt their common state in the first post-war years. We share such traits as a strong work ethics, diligence, respect for elders and our traditions, original culture. Having gained independence more than 3 decades ago, the two countries chose their own paths of development, their own vision of the future. For this future to come, we should create conditions for peaceful coexistence of the entire region. We should make the most of our neighborhood to put an end to the confrontation. The Belarusian side is ready to do everything for this and even more. I believe that we can do it. The Belarusian leader emphasized. Lukashenko wished much needed peace to all residents of Ukraine and all people of goodwill. So, peace. Peace is the answer. We all know it, right? And what else I have, guys, for you? Let me check all my notes. Okay, this is quite interesting that I want to read you. Yes, one more thing I'm gonna read you. So let me just hide other notes because they will be confusing me. And then we will try to walk towards different direction there because you can see something more instead of just me reading you the notes. So let's go. This is from TASS. I'm still quoting TASS, FYI. Just saying. Let me just hold the phone. Extreme weather recording. Moscow, minus, what was it? Minus 6, 7, 8, 10. Here, plus 35 Celsius. Okay. Article from TASS about Ukrainian, difficult word for me always to pronounce, legislature. Ukrainian legislature, sorry if I mispronounce, relaxes rules for imports of military equipment from EU and NATO. So I'm not sure if I understand this correctly. I'm gonna ask Scott Ritter tonight when we connect, hopefully we connect about this, because this article says, from TASS again, the parliament passed the bill that is titled on amending the customs code of Ukraine and other laws of Ukraine to unify the procedures for submitting customs declaration for military equipment and other goods with European and North Atlantic standards. The bill says that it aims to simplify the procedure for cross-border movements of the armed forces of Ukraine that are sent for military exercises or other temporary assignments and military equipment and other goods from the member countries of the European Union and NATO that are sent to Ukraine with similar purposes. So this is about transporting the weapons, right? As I understand this, because I'm not sure if this is make it easier for more weapons to come. But there is a little bit more. Let me just hide myself a bit in the shadow. The new legislation seeks to introduce a certain form, 302 is the number in Ukraine, which is widely used in EU and NATO countries. It will also exempt military dual-use goods, media actions, including those that contain narcotic ingredients, as well as products made with the help of GMOs. You know, like, what is this? From obtaining permits required for cross-border movement. I'm not really sure if I got this correctly. So it looks like the stuff poisoned with GMO will have easier access to Ukraine through the borderline and more military equipment. Please put this in the comments down below, because it seems to me like they are loosening up certain regulations to receive more of those weapons, right? And then goods that were produced with GMO. One more question here for all of you guys. Did you ever wondering, like, because this is all by design, right? It's all created by design, but just my thoughts here. So we have this absolute destruction of the country going on, right, in Ukraine. And then you had a lot of very, very wealthy people who left Ukraine before this conflict or during this conflict, and they will come back when the properties are for pennies, when the land is for pennies, and they're gonna buy it and invest there. You know, it's kind of when I think of it, I think about Hawaii as well. What has happened in Hawaii with all the real estate, again, intentional stuff. I'm not going into Hawaii topic now because you can research yourself. Many of you already know how those fires really has happened. What was the reason behind it on the island of Maui? So, hello, just finishing the video. Thank you so much. And I was just thinking, those people, the very, very wealthy and the known people who left Ukraine, knowing that one day they can come back and invest their money and buy the properties and buy the land for the fraction, literally the fraction of the price. That's what's gonna happen there. When I was in Warsaw and I was in one restaurant, I was talking to the waiter. I tend to talk to taxi drivers and waiters or people who provide services a lot because they have a lot of knowledge. They meet a lot of people from all walks of life. And I was asking that waiter, it was quite a nice place to have lunch. And he said to me that the majority of people who stay in that hotel are the very wealthy Ukrainians who can afford, I'm quoting his words, who can afford to stay in that hotel for a long period of time. No surprise. So guys, that's all I have for you today. Tonight at 8 o'clock my time, which is 8 p.m. Dubai time and 12 noon New York City time. Hopefully I can connect with Scott Ritter and we will have live, so join me there. I will be seeing you later on. I hope this video got recorded because this temperature is off the charts. I'm not even sure if the phone is recording this now, but I hope it is. And all the links to the articles or words from Medvedev and also Lukashenko, Alexander Lukashenko from Belarus, President of Belarus, you can find in the description box down below. And yes, as always, I really emphasize, please join me on locals because you never know with the topics that I provide you. This platform is not always safe, and locals you can always find my videos. I just want to tell you something personal. This is one of my favorite games. I don't know if you can see it because I don't even see the screen at this heat. I love this. I'm really good in this. So if I ever meet any one of you and you want to challenge me for this, watch out, because I love this stuff. And give you some view before I say goodbye. Follow me on Instagram because I'm putting the places I go here in the stories there. And join my mailing list as well. Here you have the beach. Join my mailing list as well. You can follow me on Rumble too. You can buy me a coffee for my trip to China. Let me just flip this on this side so you can see the beach. No one is here. Yeah, because it's crazy hot. And I see you later on tonight. Lots of love, everyone. Have a wonderful day. And now let me find this spot to click this because it's so hot I don't even see myself. Bye, guys.